Hello, welcome to the stream, Berkelmere and Kodash. Hope you guys are doing fine on this Wednesday. It is hump day, okay. Is that official or you just feel like it's hump day? We're going to start off, by the way, in 6 minutes. I'd like to, just start off at 0.45. People know now when the stream starts, kinda-ish. We're also going to put some new teams onto the list. I will just put the music a little soft. There we go. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ideas left onto the list. Now we always refresh the list at each start of the month. But when we only have 5 ideas, I would like to add a couple of extra, and then in the new month we just drop everything and come up with something new totally. So if you guys have any ideas to add to the list, then let me know in the chat. And welcome Dara to the stream. Hope you're doing fine on this Wednesday. It's the pick of the day hump, okay. Should I Google this or... What does happy hump day mean? Alright, let's read this. Come on, I accepted all the cookies. Let me read the website. Okay, let's see another website. Hump day, the middle of a week, Wednesday, used in the context of climbing a proverbial hill to get through the week. Okay. After the hump day, the weekend gets closer. By Albert, February 15, 2004. Alright, very good. Never knew about hump day. Alright, 4 more minutes. If you guys have some new ideas for the list where we can vote on at the end of the stream, then let me know in the chat. You know, I'm gonna add reggae to the list. Because why not? Reggae is not a religion, it's a lifestyle. Coffee time. Alright, let me add coffee time. Maybe people can make like an interesting... You know what? Coffee corner. Maybe that would be a nice one. So when people say things, I can come up with ideas. Berkelmeer says architecture scan external as realistic as... Okay, scene. Architecture scene external as realistic as possible. Second, it is difficult typing sometimes. I know all about it. Especially when I have to type on my phone. You know, I got like big hands. My phone has like tiny little buttons or digital buttons. It's difficult to type sometimes. Okay. Realism is awesome. It's basically imperfection at its finest. There is a mouthful of wise words there. Okay, so with that being said, I would like to start off. We have 6 amazing entries. This is all Asian civilizations. And the thing that I wonder the most is what kind of themes will people use with the old civilization style? Because there are a few couple you can do. Yeah, the first entry is of Berkelmeer. By the way, if the music is a little touchy too loud, then let me know. Berkelmeer says they have recently discovered these magnificent and strange structures on the plateau of I don't want to pronounce that. Many scientists believe these be over 50k years old, built by a long forgotten Asian civilization or aliens, obviously. Let's take a look at this masterpiece. There's a little bit of realism in here already. And with that I mean the balance of the blue sky and the sunlight shining onto the buildings, which is very nice. It is definitely a stony picture, if you would. I don't really see any little green grass or little plants sticking out anywhere. Makes me wonder if such a place actually exists. On the first sight, I really like what is happening onto the foreground with the stones and the rocks and the buildings. But for some reason the background is not really fitting in, and I think that is because the sunlight clearly comes from this side, this way, if you look at the shadow. But on this mountain in the background, it's not really visible. And it also doesn't really show like that the mountain is facing with its back towards the sun, which can cause this whole part to be shadow. I wonder if this is just a picture or that it might be just a illusion that is being created, making me think that it's a little bit odd. But everything in the foreground, I really like it. I really like how there is a lot of sun, but at the same time there's a lot of shadows going on, which is very good. The stones look good on the textures. I also really like these stones down here. Very nice textures on them. Now I do see a little bit of what looks like branches. I think it looks like branches though. I'm quite sure that it means, or maybe it's grass, but it looks like there is a little grass thingy going on here, and it looks like there's still some branches, so there is a little bit of foliage available in the area. And what is that? It is a pile of stones, I guess. The textures on the building look very nice. Really like it. Looks very good. Building has some nice shaping going on. I like how it's tilted, but not perfect. I also like this down here, which kind of reminds me of Stargate. And the smallest agree. Okay, agree. Made this in one day. In the background was an emergency image as planned. Well, that explained why it looks a little bit odd though. I know for sure if you made this whole mountain kinda slash yourself, it would look correct right away. The buildings looks very good, even though for a one day project. I really like it. There's a lot of shaping going on, but also a lot of damage onto the building, which makes it look a lot more older. The textures look good in the building. I really like the small decoration all over the place. Up front, very good. You got some edges here and there sticking out. I also like this this archway. You got some ornaments on it. Oh god. Looks good too. Some rocks onto the platform. Some more broken down stuff. Yeah, this definitely looks like an old civilization. Now, just from my feeling, I'm missing a little bit of green stuff. And yeah, the background is a shame. But anything else, I really like it. The sunlight is perfect. The skylight is perfect. And the buildings look good. The textures look good. That's really nice. Definitely a good first entry. Very nice. Then we're gonna go to Dara. I really learned much while doing this Lighthouse of Alexandria. My entry will be this short animation. I like how you've also added a still render, so we can just take a look at it without messing around with the YouTube button or you know, play and pause and blurry stuff. We could just have a first clear look of what you've been doing here. I just would like to take a reference image. Not to see if you completely done it 100% perfect, but just for the interest, just to take a look at it. Going to be a little scrolling around. That's really nice. You also make like the statue on top. I wish I had a more clear picture here. Your picture is very clear, and on Google everything is blurry and low resolution. Seems like you have done a better job than Google. But it's kind of clear that it's a nice, a very squarish type of tower with long windows in them, which is very nice. You got a fort around it, which is very nice. It's on an island which seems to be kind of square too, or at least on the most pictures. You got some statues at the corners, which are very nice. Some small little details, very nice. I also like the water. The picture overall, I think the colors in the water and the low poly type of deal here fits in all well together. It blends in very good. I like the colors here of mix of blue, purple and some more blue, and then a little bit of grayish type of deal to bang out the building from the background and the foreground. There is no real reference image, sadly. I think we had this as topic when we were doing Wondering. Yeah, I can remember, or barely remember, and by the way, welcome 3D Bubbles. Hope you're doing fine. That we did something with Wonders and lighthouses maybe, and then a certain person also made this one. Yeah, but it's nice to see this back again. It's very good. I also like the way how the sun and shadow is cooperating. Like one side really clearly has sun on it, while the other side clearly has some shadow on it, which gives a different color effect on both sides. And doing the sun and shadowing at the right position is an art of its own too, because if you don't do it good, it can be looking lesser amazing, and I think you've been doing a good job on it perfectly. Very good. Like it. And then we're gonna go to Paulo, which is a new name. I welcome Paulo. He says, "Hi everyone, my first entry here. I had a good time making this scene, a small tribute to the best 3D software." That's very nice. Thank you for joining up. We all like that. See different people with different kind of skills, different kind of ideas. And at the first sight, this looks very good. I really like the variety of different kind of grasses in here. Now, I have seen pictures of real life areas that kinda looks like this. It is basically a lot of grassland and a few couple of rocks here and there, and that is absolutely it. I don't know if it's Scotland kind of area or Greenland, or it's somewhere on the left top of the world, I would say. Yeah, but the variety of grass is really nice. I really like it. See different kind of things. I also like the landscaping so far as it goes, that it's a little depth going in here, that the wall here is a little bit higher and then slowly becomes smaller. Now there is a kind of a road going on. I'm not quite sure if this is supposed to be like a road because it's getting very thick, or that this is a little bit of a river bedding, which should be very old, you know, fading away a little bit. But people were washing the clothing or the pots and pans right down here. Little uphill down here. Now I did have something to say about these three rocks down here. Compared with the rocks on this side. The rocks on this side, they look different shaped. They look like they're sunken into the ground. They really look like they have been laying here for a long while on a natural way. Same goes for these ones. And a few smaller rocks out here. But these rocks on the right side really bang out and really look a little bit odd. They should be a little bit more sunken into the ground, maybe different shaping, maybe a couple of smaller rocks around it. Basically what has been done right down here. I really like this formation down here. It is really perfect. I also like this fallen tree down here. Someone is apparently camping down here near this old structure. He's cutting down this tree to get some wood for the fire. The fire is very tiny, but it looks good. I think it's a nice job on getting away with making, you know, something that is very expensive to make, very difficult to make. There's a little bit of smoke going on. I like that too. It's a very good piece. Now I do recommend, maybe for the future, is to use an HDRI so that the lightning in the dark spots isn't just like a little bit faked out. If you would have an HDRI and then keep this background with it, then it looks already a lot more realistic. But anything else, I think it's really good though. Maybe a little warmer light coming here, because I get the idea the sun is going under. A little bit of a tiny bit of an orange in there. Maybe purple or pink. That looks really nice. Hey, welcome Erwin. Hope you're doing fine today. You just reached the top of the hill. It's quite a journey for you every time to watch the stream, but I really appreciate it. 3D Bubble says we're not gonna see Dara's animation. Yes, we are. I forget about that for a second. My apologies. That is all I have to say. Absolutely perfect. I really like it. Let's take a look at the animation, which we get to see how the water is flowing. That is really nice. I like the effect on the water. You've done some homework on this. It's very, very good. Very realistic. I love the waves being slow. It fits in with the weather, I would say. It's very nice. Very good. Thank you for the reminder, 3D Bubbles. Sometimes I can get carried away for a little bit. Now, what I said about the waves, I really like this effect. I tried to do this effect too onto this guy down here. It was quite a fun thing to learn how to add this this foamy type of deal on the ocean. It's a really fun thing. Makes it more realistic. Very good, Dara. Thank you. And then we're gonna go to Carol Brick with a G. He or I think it's a she, says, "Hey guys, Egyptian dead mass found just laying around there in the sand. Who could have guessed it, that such a thing can be found just laying around in the sand? The robot looks familiar." Yeah, it is. I borrowed the robot from Frank. The collaboration type of deal. By the way, also welcome. We all really appreciate to see some new names. That's a nice mask, I have to say. It looks really good. I really like the tiny, small little details that it looks like a product from way back in the days, and not something like it's too smooth, too shiny, too perfect, too new. It has really some good face shaping, I have to say. You can really see like the cheek. The nose looks very good, the mouth looks very good. The distance from the mouth and the nose looks believable, realistic. It even has a bit of a chin going on. I don't know if there's any people in here who have really got experience with topology and creatures, humans. But for me it looks very good. Oh, look who's there. Welcome, Carolina. You are a she. Okay. Yeah, that is a very nice mask. I like also the amount of blue on here. It's just enough. It's not too much, it's not too less. Now about the sand. It could use a little bit of work. Like on the first sight, it looks really, it looks very sandish. It looks very like there are little crumbs of sand laying around. Like it's not a flat texture. It really looks like it has some depth in it. It's just I'm missing something. Now there is of course many different kinds of sands. There are sands with a little bit of waves in here. There is sand, like the overall of the sand looks a little bit flat though. But if you look into the small details, I like that a lot. Yeah, I don't know. It's very wavy, even for a desert. Like tiny little waves going on. So for the mini details, it is set very good. But for a little bit of bigger details, it needs a bit of waving. I think that is the whole point. I like the color though. It gives me a bit of a feeling like it's about to be the end of the afternoon or something. You struggle a lot with the sand though. Well, you have done a good job on the mini details. Maybe what could help, I'm not quite sure, is to add a wave modifier. I don't know if it's called like that. I just have to... if anyone can help me out on this, what it's called, an ocean modifier or wave modifier. I'm just starting up Blender real quick to see. It might be a little bit of messing around, but the feeling I get at least with this is that if you have like a plane, should actually remove this stuff, won't be confusing. If you have a plane, now there are many different ways how you can do things. You got like wave, you got like ocean modifiers. I've actually not messed around too much with these things, so I probably won't do the right thing down here. I actually don't know how to do anything with the wave modifier, but I do know with the ocean modifier that if you already add this one, that you get something going on like the choppiness. Like you can see it's getting very sharp out here on these edges, making it perfect for sand dunes or things like that. And then you can also add like another one of these. This should put them above each other. Like the first one take care for the large overall waves, and then the second one should take care for small waves. You got random seeds going on. There's a little bit of messing around, but this can give you a lot of control over how your hills can look. It is a little bit of messing around though, and there are some tutorials on that. Codex says just use Subdivide and use Fractal. 3D Bubble says for wave modifier add subdivision and play the animation. That could also be things. So there are a lot of tips and tricks you can do in order to create your wave. If you would like to mess around with this afterwards and you're wondering how you can add that, we have an on-topic chat. You can ask anything to the people for information, and you can mess around if you like to. Yeah, but the mask looks amazing, the gold color looks amazing, the paint looks very nice. I like the tiny sand details, looks very good, it doesn't look flat. It just needs some bigger wave details there, I think. But very good. Alright, and then we're gonna go to 3D Bubbles, and 3D Bubbles went for a old Civilization / sci-fi. This is what I like, when people get a lot of freedom to do some extra. In this case, not only old Civilization, but also some sci-fi or fantasy with it. So this is a portal, as we all know. I really like the foliage onto the walls, makes it look old. The stone looks old, and there is a little bit of fantasy going on, like the stone is glowing, which it's turned on, and then there is like a portal in here. Now I only wonder how it will look if the purple color would have been more bluish, because then you get like this combination of orange red against blue rather than orange red against purple. Because you got a lot of blue in here too, which is very nice. Bit of black, slight very dark bluish. But I like this idea, and I really like how this here this foliage looks. Looks very good. So if you would like to, then show it to me how it looks with the blue rather than purple. But very nice. I also give you points for making the render look in the same shape as the portal, which is very nice. Also, the stones in the background look very good. It seems to have little depth spots rather than being a flat texture. Also goes for the shadows from the plants up here. It's also very good. The foreground looks good. A little bit of blur. 3D says, I was just playing around new feature of Blender. Lights, volume scattering today and thought of a quick turning it into an entry. Show to me with blue if you like to. Yeah, I like the theme. I like the render frame. Textures look good. The foliage look good. It's very nice. And then we're gonna go to the last one of tech. And I believe he asked this morning, is there this competition today? I said yes. He probably went ahead and started doing this this entry down here. I've been reading in the chat that his Blender crashed. He thought everything was lost until 3D Bubbles, I believe, gave him a tip. Yeah, you must save your progress every 5 seconds. Always do that. Just get used to the Control S. Save it every 5 seconds, and you can also recover your autosave. For the people who doesn't know this, welcome Outmind to the stream. Just checking in to say my mobile got bricked to an update gone wrong, so there's no more blendering until that is fixed. Oh boy. Yeah, good luck on that, I would say. That's very bad. It's in almost like 2 years of time, I've seen a lot of people who couldn't blend it all of a sudden anymore because something broke on the PC. It's very bad. I'm just trying to search for something. Always when I need a save file, there's nothing to be found. So yeah, if your save file has gone wrong, oh, where are you going? If your save file have gone wrong, there should be a extra file. I don't know if I screwed it up already. No, I don't think I did. You should go to open save file, and then it should be here it says backup blend files. You select this one, and then it will be the blend 1 file. You can open this up if you screw things up. And always make sure this is hidden so you can't screw it up. Something like that. Very good. Back to the entry here, because it's a very nice entry. I think it's very nice what has been done here in a few hours of time. What I like, just like in Berkeley's entry, is the background blue with the yellow sunny type of deal. The colors, very nice. Couldn't find my words here for a second. Now, of course, you didn't have too much time in here. Now, we do see here, which is a little bit of a good sample of sand on far distance, is that there are little waves just about visible down here. Of course, we cannot see the smaller details which we've seen in the mask entry, but this is kind of what I mean with larger details if you zoom out in further distance. What I also like in this picture is that it kinda looks all the same as in the color, but it still looks different enough in order to make out what is going on into this render. I can imagine stuff like maybe a palm tree here or there, maybe some small desert bushes or something like that. I really like the textures in here. There are a lot of different textures. The only thing that I would have done a little bit different in here is something at the entrance that is bothering me, that the entrance looks the same as the outside. I might have just make a wall going like this and then cut out the door entrance deep enough that you can actually not see this in here. But that's more of a personal thing. It's a very nice entry. The only other thing that I am going to say about this is always rotate stuff around, because even though it is a very small detail and maybe people who don't do Blender or stuff like that might not notice that the textures on each of these rocks make it look like it is not rotated. That is something that I can see, and I'm not sure, it looks like on these rocks too. Always make sure if you duplicate a rock, rotate it before you duplicate it again. And with anything else, I really love the textures in this one. Looks very good. The shadow looks very good. Outmine says no need, hopefully this will be resolved whether this week or at the beginning of the next one. I hope for you too. Not only for Blender, but probably, you know, to play a game when you want to chill out or watch the YouTube. Very good entry here. Nice balance of blue and stone. So that's very good. And I wonder how it would look like when you have a lot more time to add maybe some palm trees, maybe some other random stuff in here, like maybe some old crates or vases or, you know, stuff like that. But very nice. I like it. This is probably also a inspiration for Berkeley to say, let's add architecture scene external as realistic as possible to the list of subjects for the upcoming week. But it's up to you guys to vote for that. So now that we took a look at all of the entries, it is time to vote. Most of you know how it works. I'm gonna add in all of the names to the voting list, and then you guys can add in a trophy to the name of your liking, and then we're going to choose a winner. I first need to add in the names. Today it's 14/4/2021. Very good. We do a first place, second place, and third place. The first place will get 3 points, second place 2 points, third place 1 point, and it could be possible that there is multiply people on the first place, second place, or third place, because why not? So this is all the names. You can go ahead and start voting on them by add a reaction and then add a trophy or type in. Right, trophy, how you write that? That's so bad. Oh, with an R. Yeah, very good. always fun to do things live. Like when I pre-record stuff, I can just cut that out and be unhuman. Outmind says my votes goes to Blender Stone Edge. Don't have Discord here. Stone Edge is Paolo. I will write that down. Hope I can keep that in mind. Outmind, because I need to vote too. Meanwhile, I will also add in the subject voting. Oh, that's funny. 2020, wow, this is from last year. 2021, thank you. I'm gonna add in another voting list, so keep in mind that there are 2 votes poll type of deal in here. This is, by the way, caps locked because Berkeley couldn't be bothered to use non-caps, and I am too lazy to retype it. Oh god, wait a second. There we go. Whatever. We got post-apocalypse, we got portals, we got Maritime, which is apparently a sea scene. I'll learn another word here. Imaginary landscapes. We can do your dream, which can basically be anything. I added in reggae, because why not? And Kodesh was saying coffee time, so I thought let's add in a coffee corner. And then Berkeley came with architecture, scene, external. Let's change something so it won't be too long. External architecture, realistic. Keep it nice and short here. I guess. Realistic external architecture. How about that? Thanks JP, you're welcome. If you mean post-apocalypse, then this was not from me. No? my apology. I thought it was from you. I blame you for everything. That's a little bit bad though. But thank you for rewriting it. Now I can just copy and paste it. Its pronunciation is architecture. Okay, 7 people have voted on a winner and 2 people have voted on a new team. Make sure you do both of them. Of course, I should not forget, Outmind's vote is gonna go to Paolo, if I'm not wrong. There we go. Old Civilization. Sounds like it should be very old. Right? It's in the word, I believe. Ancient. Well, that's a different word for old. Marufa says, I miss everything. Yeah, well, you can still vote for a winner here at the voting. New chance next week. So this up here is for the winner, and down here it's for a new team. So if you have something in mind you would like to join up, you can do that. Doesn't matter if it's simple or something difficult. It just needs to be catchy enough. Can we use the C-Shack for the C scene? Yeah, sure. If that will be the theme, then you can sure do that. But apparently no one has voted on that just yet. It will be difficult to do that if it needs to be a realistic one, since doing wood C-Shack realism, I would find it difficult to do. But I guess you can also make a C-Shack on a imaginary landscape though, like a dry out sea. Someone voted for reggae. Who did that? Kodash. Who did this? Paula. Surprising. If there is a tie, I vote for architecture. Oh, you want to vote too? Okay. I need to put Paolo on Outmind. And then Outmind also would like to vote on realistic architecture. I'm done voting. Unfortunately, my battery ran out. Gotta run down. Thank you for being here, Erwin. As always, I really appreciate it. You always have this positive energy. Good morning, Frank. What we are voting on? Well, you can vote on a winner right down here, who you think has the best entry on the Asian Civilization, and or you can vote for a new team for the upcoming week. Paulo says maybe a coffee corner at a lost island at the sea. Yeah, could also be a thing. Coffee corner for pirates or British seamen. Or the Dutch spice traders. You can make a sci-fi space coffee corner. The coffee corner, you got a very wide range of the themes you can add with it. Frank voted, very good. People keep coming in, which is of course very nice. But I need to draw a line. Okay, I need to vote too, right? Would be a good idea. Now let me take a look here for a second. Yeah, all amazing entries, all on a different way. Music. Reggae is a lifestyle, not music only, Frank. You smoke reggae every day, you should know. I guess they call it Rastafarian or something like that. Just don't make it too difficult, okay? Oh man, it's difficult. I never like to vote actually with my face on the live stream to say. I like this one very much if it's about the sky color and the sun. It has some good textures here and there, but the background looks odd. Berkelmere admits it himself. Anything else looks very good. Maybe a little grass sprinkle of green here and there would be nice. Even if it's like brown bush type of deal. Something. Yeah, this is very nice of Dara. I like the combination of blue and purple in here with a very clear view of this lighthouse. And of course the animation points for adding both. This one is very nice because I really love the time spent on the grass on this one. There's a lot of variety of grass going on, different types of grass and little grass bushes if you would. These rocks here looks nice. It could use an HDRI not only to make the water reflection look better, but also to make the shadows feel a little bit more realistic. But these stones down here are a little bit odd. Everything else is just very nice. That's very good. This one is also very nice. It feels the mask feels good. I like the little dent details, making it look like it's old rather than something new, too perfect. It has a nice color of painting on it. The small sand details looks very good. The coloring overall is very nice. Now I kind of wish that the sand would continue a little bit more out of screen. It just, I don't know. I just see that right now. Yeah, because I wanted to say the overall color in this one is very good. I like the render frame in this one. I only wish that the purple pinkish was blue, so then you get a nice combination of orange and blue, like hot and cold. That's a very something that gets used a lot. This one is also very nice, but it feels a little bit empty, even though it looks really good. The texturing looks very good. Even though it is all brown and stony, you can still make out what everything is. And the stone needs here a little bit of rotation though. Maybe also missing a little bush here and there. So my guess, I have said something about this. What needs to change, what needs to be added. I haven't said anything about this one, what needs to be changed or added. I have said something about this one, even though I really like this one. It just needs a small finishing touch. This one is very nice, but I also said something about it to give it a small finishing touch. This one, I said something about it that it needs a small finishing touch, and also this one. So I'll guess my vote is gonna go for Dara, because I haven't said anything about it. Yes, it looks very simple, but sometimes it does the job. In this case, it does for me. This of course doesn't mean that anything else isn't good, because I really like all of the entries. People do an amazing job on his and her own way. Very good. So with that also being said, I'm stopping the votes. We're going to place down the winners. Paulo wins with 5 votes because the one of Outmine is going to be added. So Paulo, congratulations on winning the first place of the Asian Civilisations. I hate voting, we have 2 winners. First place, me too, but also now the JP way of involving us. You always do 3 of people. Yeah, I did. And I chose Dara not because I needed the 3rd one. I chose her really because, you know, if I listen to my own critic here. So the 2nd place is Carol. Congratulations on the 2nd place of winning the Asian Civilisations. And Dara, congratulations on winning the 3rd place of Asian Civilisations. Alright, very good. For the next upcoming week, you guys really want to do... Oh, we're gonna get a draw here. Because Outmind also voted for a realistic external architecture, and I'm gonna get a draw on this one. I haven't voted. Ay. So you know what we do? Since a lot of entries were looking very close to realism, I'm going to say my vote is also going to go for realism. Next week at the end of the stream, people can vote again, also for the coffee corner, and I will also drop my vote on this one next week. So for the upcoming week, it will be realistic external architecture. The deadline will be next Wednesday, same time on the streaming. Very good. So that's that. Just to keep in mind, let me see here. There is two more weeks to join up with the monthly competition. Very good, Frank. So the monthly competition, as it says, it takes 1 month. The deadline, you can find the announcement right down here. It's called Extra. The deadline will be April 27, same time as the streaming time of today, but on a Tuesday. The subject is remake any of your oldest scene, render or image. So you can take any of your work from a long while ago and try to remake the scene in order to make it look better. And Frank did a perfect example. This was his oldest render, and now we improved this car. Now it looks like this. Of course, Frank likes to joke around a little bit. That is okay. Frank knows his borders. But very good, Frank. Pretty much an improvement. But to take a better example of improved renders, you actually went backward. No, you've done it the right way. 3D Bubbles turned it around. It's okay. So that was one of his oldest render. Some nice mushroom with some background. I really like the colors in this one though. And then this is his new improved render. So if you would like to join up with also the extra competition, then you are, free to join up. This is really nice though. Reminds me of Ark Survival Evolved with the map Aberration. Also very colorful like that. So very good. So all that is left to do for me is no, what? Did I? Let me see here, guys. Make sure you first post your new render and then the older one. So Frank actually got worse in Blender. Like Frank used to be good like this, and nowadays he's lost his skills, and look what is left of it. Very good, Frank. Anyhow, let's see. Yeah, so all that is left to do for me is adding the winners to the Hall of Fame on Gabit 3D, which is all the way up here. And then after that I will add your winning points, which is just for fun and to challenge each other, and whatever not you can come up to, and we'll just add it in here. And with that being said, besides that, this will be the stream. You can stay for a chat if you like to. If not, then yeah, thank you for joining up. Really appreciate it. Okay, this one is Apollo. Live stream quickly. There you go. And we have Carol. Save image. And we have data. You know, even though this is a pretty good quality of video, normally I would just add a render because YouTube adds a lot of blurriness, but in this case it looks good, so I'm going to take the YouTube link because it looks good enough. You're welcome. I really appreciate that you have joined up. Also for the other people that enjoy to see everyone's fantasies, skills, render work, having a nice time with each other, learning stuff. Alright. Let me see. Sometimes people are called different in certain discords, and sometimes, very rarely, people come onto my discord or our discord, better to say, via this live stream and haven't been on Gabit just yet, which actually makes me feel honored. So if you're in here, Paolo, then let me know. Try to figure out, yeah, it doesn't want to. Have I been doing something wrong here? Oh boy. Why is it doing that? It is what it is, I guess. Also Carol. Yeah, Carol is in here. I guess, yeah, it is. Maybe I should take another look at it. Because Discord doesn't always like to cooperate. Paul, are you in Grant's Discord? Because I cannot find your name in here, unless. Are you called different in Grant, or are you not joined up in Gabit 3D? Did you join my Discord without joining Gabit's Discord? Could be possible. Yeah, I'll guess you're not in here then. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'll just what I'll just do, I'll leave the add out of it, and then I'll just add your name like this. Just like that. Very good. You are in with a lot of winners, so a lot of people get to see those wonderful entries. There you go. Right, very good. 3 new people on the list. Very nice. And then I'm gonna add the winners and ranking. Alright, so we have new names. So Paulo is new. He's gonna get 3 points. Oh, where are you going? Don't do that one time. Okay, there we go. welcome on the list. And then we're gonna get Carol. Gonna get 2 points. Go, and then we have Dara. Not on the list just yet, that is fine, of course. There you go. Alright, very good. The list is getting longer of the weekly, which is very nice, and then we also have a separate winners ranking for the 30 minutes, which we always stream on Monday, this list. And then we have the monthly competition, which is very small because it's only happened like 3 times this yet. Only 19 points away. Thank you for the kind words to everyone. Murafa, very good. I'm not even on the list, but I should join up. I've been a little bit busy though. But I'm here. 2 points. Very good. I know Blender too. And of course, at the end of the year, the top 20 people of 2021 will get a special colorized name. Unless you want to stay in the top 2020 if you win again, then you can stay there. Alright, so this is going to be it, people. It is a lot of fun. My coffee is cold, which is lesser fun. I've joined in the announcement for the 30 minutes, which for today is a Sandblaster. Thank you all for joining up here. I really appreciate it. It's always a lot of fun with everyone. Really like doing this still. Very good. And I'll catch you guys next Monday. All right, bye bye.